All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we actually have a phenomenal individual and a special guest on the radio station airways. We have the one and only Ethel Love. She is also known for portraying Brenda in Tupac's infamous music video, Brenda's Got a Baby. How are you doing this evening, Ethel?
I'm well. How you guys are doing out there?
Doing best I can possibly be down here in Canada. The summer weather is rolling through, so it's definitely shaping up to be a great start of the summer so far.
Awesome.
But also, I know you're a very busy individual, so I'm going to dive right into this interview. But I want to take you back to the beginning of where everything first started, and I have to ask, what originally inspired you to pursue a career within the entertainment industry initially? Because you were such a phenomenal, gifted actor.
Well, I always liked entertainment and imagination and all them type of things growing up. So I was part of the East Bay Performing Arts Center, where we would do dance and samba and all types of art there in East Bay Performing Arts in Richmond, California. So I was always inspired to be able to do dance and portray other people and be acting.
And I gotta say as well, those performing arts schools are definitely phenomenal. They definitely teach you
yes.
the proper skills.
Yes, I love that. Always have.
And if you don't mind me asking, what is one of the biggest things you actually learned that you still actually use within your career today that you actually learned at the school of Performing Arts?
Well, I like being with the young people, with youth and stuff, especially toddlers and stuff. So I would like to get into little characters with them and play and dance as well, still to show them the different cultures that we have, and with African dance and folk art dance, as well with classical dancing and hip-hop dancing. So I play around with the kids a lot still and act silly, like Elmo and all them different type of characters.
Hey, you can never go wrong with Elmo. Definitely a legendary character.
Yeah. Yes.
And also as well, in the early 90s, as I mentioned during the intro to this interview, you portrayed Brenda in Tupac's legendary music video, Brenda's Got a Baby. I was wondering, how did you originally get connected with Tupac? And of course, what actually made him decide to cast you for the role of Brenda? That's
a good question. Well, Tupac grew up in the community of where I grew up at in Richmond, California. He would drive down from Marin and come hang out because he lived originally in Marin. But he used to hang out with my brothers and our friends, our neighborhood friends around there. He would come down from Marin and hang out in the neighborhood with my brothers, my older brothers. And so we all be around, we lived around a neighborhood park. So he came around, hung out with them, and, started doing his music. He was already with Digital Underground, but he was still always, work on his artistic views of poetry in his book. And he knew he had his single or album he was getting into. So he approached my brother and asked my brother, do he think I will play the young lady in his video? So Brenda's Got a Baby. And my brother came and asked me, and I was like, well, Tupac usually say hi to me or say anything else to me. Why he can't ask me himself? So if he called and asked me himself, then yeah, I'll do it. But he needs to ask me himself. And so he gave me a call up and he asked me would I play in his video as Brenda, and I told him yes.
And I have to ask as well, because of course during those times it was very early within Tupac's career, because you said like Digital Underground, and of course this was Tupacalypse Now that Brenda's Got a Baby was on, so that was his debut album. But of course he was very well known within your guys' community. Was there ever a time when you first like say walked into your room and you're like, whoa, like Tupac's in my living room? Did you ever get starstruck, or was it all just kind of smooth sailing?
No, I never was a type of person that got being Star Trek, because I was around MC Hammer at the Performing Arts Center. We had other guests that used to come in that was big stars and celebrities that came down to the East Bay Performing Arts Center as a child, as a youth. So I was used to seeing stars, and they always act like normal people. You understand? They never act like they're too much, like you got to hide me, or I cannot be out around you guys because people are going to attack me. It wasn't like that. It was just, we had people, Coach Carter, that was all in my neighborhood and areas where people, became big celebrities and stars back in California. So I was used to it.
And of course, as well, what was on the topic of Brenda's Got a Baby, the one question I have always known, even before I even got within the music industry and I was growing up a Tupac fan and watching this music video, I always wondered, by you being such a young female during that time, was it a very difficult role for you to have to reenact those tragic events that were actually based on a true story? Because I couldn't imagine putting myself in someone's shoes like Brenda.
Well, when I look back over times and doing the video as well, I was a teen mom, so I knew the aspects of having a child. I knew the awareness and the discomfort I felt when I was a teen going to high school, pregnant, so those type of things I was able to feel them emotions. Then I've been around the lifestyle of dealing drugs and parents or uncles and stuff that's on the heroin and all that type of stuff. So that type of community was my community. It wasn't something that was not a novice to me. I understood it. I was around it. I was of it. I'm part of it. So it was easy. It was really easy.
And I gotta say as well, you definitely did a phenomenal job on that music video. If you really, I literally noticed as well that people actually use that music video to teach young individuals what can happen. I've actually had that music video played in my school during parenting class, and I've also sex ed class as well. So it's definitely a song that can really educate a lot of youth all over the world.
Of course, and that's my ultimate goal is to be able to get back into the schools and go speak with them teen mothers and speak with the mothers that already had children already as well. So I'm a grandmother now, so I raised my kids, so I have an understanding where you have those days where you need someone to talk to, or someone shoulder to lean on, or someone you can look up to encourage. I aspire to inspire other people in those type of situations, being a teen mother or not having understanding about procreation and things like that.
And before we move off the topic of Tupac, the one last question I had just pertaining to this topic was, when was the last time you actually saw the late great artist? And of course, can you tell us one of your most fondest memories you shared with none other than Tupac Shakur?
Wow, when was the last time that I saw Tupac? I think right before Juice, the last time I saw Tupac, when he did the movie Juice, or a little bit after when he done Juice. I think that's the last time I saw him. And then one experience I remember with Tupac is one day we went down to this home area where he was staying at, me and my brother, and it was summertime. And he was just having a ball. They had water guns. We was having a water gun fight all over the place, throwing water balloons everywhere. Just having a great time, and just enjoying life. And that's the last thing I remember that I experienced with him and having a good time with him. Was having a water balloon and a water gun fight.
And I just got to say as well, rest in peace to Tupac. Such a legendary individual that sparked so many brains all over the world. It's hard to believe that he did so much. His body of work is just so lengthy, and he was gone at the age of 25. It just proves how hungry he was to show the world what he can do.
Yes, and when you have an assignment in the agenda and you know what your purpose is, you go for it. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't find their purpose right away. So then it takes a while for you to, get that cycle going for yourself. But when you know your purpose and your plan already that you have in front of you, you have books of it. You have notebooks of it. You have journals of it, and you can run with it. To go and be great.
And also as well, I know we're jumping ahead in the timeline here quite a bit, but also October 2020, you actually were featured in John West Jr.'s film House Sitter. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about this particular film role, and of course, where can we actually check out this movie and see you on our television screens?
I will have to talk with John to be sure where this movie is located at. However, that film was pretty interesting. I enjoyed it on the set with Mr. West, working out the performance and the art and talk with him with those. In films, we also had did clips of, but that one I wasn't believing that was going to be a full movie yet. I thought we were still doing a trailer on that one, so I would have to talk to Mr. West to definitely see where that film is at.
And speaking, when we're on the topic of John West, I read via IMDb that you are also going to be in another film of his, the up-and-coming movie that's currently in pre-production titled Innocence. Innocence Dies Young. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this up-and-coming movie, and of course, what can we actually expect from this film when it does drop to the general public?
Innocence Dies Young. I believe we shot a pilot of that one. I will see him in a couple of weeks, hopefully, in June, and we could discuss more about Innocent Dies Young, but I believe he started on it, and I think he's going to finish production because, COVID came around, so we had to shut things down at that time. So hopefully I will get more news and more update about that film as well. That's a very exciting film that he wrote as well. I like Innocent Dies Young.
And I got to say as well,
After
COVID was such
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, COVID was definitely so hurtful for so many individuals worldwide. It definitely put a lot of individuals out of work.
Yes, it did. So we had to stop a lot of our production. That's why I wasn't for sure if House of It was going to come out because a lot of things we had to shut down due to COVID.
And also, as well, I was wondering, how did yourself and John West Jr. get connected? Because he is such a phenomenal, legendary director and producer.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. A good friend of mine that also was featured and was a singer inside Tupac's music, Bernice Levias, she introduced me to John West.
And also,
that's how me and John became, connected and grew a relationship.
I gotta say, you guys definitely have a phenomenal business partnership. Because I gotta say, you are such a tremendous actress, and he is definitely lucky to have you on his team.
Oh, awesome! Thank you. I really appreciate that. I feel honored.
And also, as well, you actually have your own clothing brand available. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about your clothing brand. And, of course, where can we actually buy some of your merchandise today?
Well, I want to share with everyone about I Am Too, apparel.com. You could go there and look it up. That brand came about, how can I put it? That brand came about me soul searching at the time of figuring out different things, and I didn't want to wait till I passed away because I started thinking about all the different legendary people that passed away, and they were on T-shirts right now. Every legendary person that you know that's passed away is on somebody's T-shirt. They never got the fruits of their labor to be able to see their stuff on a T-shirt, and somebody else is getting that. And I was told that I am too a legendary. And so I am too's drive through my creator and said I am too and could do all great things. And so that's how I came up with I am too. And then I thought about my legendary image, and I applied that on top of it.
And also as well,
I am too.
I was going to say, aside from the entertainment industry, you were also a life coach. I was wondering, what actually made you decide to venture into that profession? And, of course, how can individuals potentially hire you to be their next life coach?
For right now, they could go down to www.whosfityourhair.com, and you could book me and do a consultation. And with that consultation, then we could go over different things that get me to come in to do life coach with them. I became a life coach in, I want to say many years, but to stand up in that position, I chose it in 2017 when I started working with young mothers in the child care center and helping them out with the child care system and helping them out with upwearing their children inside the child care system. And I decided I became a life coach because they would ask me advices and opinions about what should I do with my child when they, need to go to the restroom, potty training, teething, and different type of things like that. And some of them became teenagers, and they would ask my advice and opinion and talk with me about that. I did a couple of schools where they came and asked me to be a guest speaker and speak to the teens and things like that. So I think it's been up inside me for many years. I just didn't promote myself in doing so and get myself extended until my children was older enough for me to move around.
And also as well, before we actually went live, you actually wanted to do a giveaway. So I was wondering, how does this giveaway work? And of course, I'm going to give you the floor. That way you can kind of announce it and see what's up.
I was going to challenge everyone to go on my store, www.iam2apparel.com, and register. I want to go with the number 19, registration. I will send you a free T-shirt. So if you go on www.iam2apparel and you register and you go and put your name, your email, and different things like that, I will look for the number 19, and I will get your information. I hit you on your email address to get your address, and I will send you your free T-shirt.
I gotta say, it doesn't get any better than that. That seems like the easiest giveaway ever. So, ladies and gentlemen, visit our website, sign up, and if you're lucky number 19, you'll get some free Ethel Love swag.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
But I have to ask, what is next for yourself, Ethel Love? Is there anything we happen to miss during tonight's broadcast? Anything else you do still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on 97.7 FM this evening.
No, I don't have anything going on right now. I'm just building my business. Working with John West to another movie. At this time, I'm just enjoying the rest of these days and hoping that we'll be all the way out of COVID by the beginning of next year, so I can do some more traveling.
And also, Ethel, this is the time in the interview quickly that I give a chance for the individual that does slide into the radio station airwaves, just a chance to give like shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to, but most of all your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything you got going on, past, present, and future, if they're not already doing so.
Okay, you can follow me at The Real Brenda 2 on Instagram. You can also follow me on my fan page on Facebook, Ethel E.D. Love. You can also follow me on my hair web Instagram, Who Did Your Hair LLC. That'll be all. I believe that's it.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, Ethel, thank you so much for just giving us a bit of your time here this evening and taking over my radio station airwaves. It was definitely an honor and most definitely a privilege. Thank you for everything you do, and of course, in the future as well. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you on the big screen some more.
Thank you. I appreciate your time and your call this time. I love you all, and I can't wait to meet you all in person.
Most definitely. I can't wait as well, Ethel. Thank you so much, and definitely have yourself a wonderful night out there in Atlanta.
You do the same. Good night.